I'm at the gas station, and the guy in front of me gets out of his car, smoking a cigarette. I say to my wife, can you believe this guy? Pumping gas with a lit cigarette. My wife looks at me and says, really? This again? For God's sake, don't say anything. I said, but it's not safe. I'm going to say something. I walk up to the guy and I say, excuse me, I couldn't help but notice the no smoking signs. I am so sorry to bother you, but if you're planning on melting all the skin off your body in a glorious fireball, do you really need to take all of us with you? The guy shrugs and says, oh, it's perfectly safe. Think about it, dude. Physics. I said, physics? What on earth does that mean? He said, this is simple stuff. A cigarette burns at 500 degrees. That is not hot enough to ignite gasoline. These signs, they're only meant for matches and lighters. Stanford, engineering, class of '87. I didn't know if this was true or not. I had to let it go. I even apologized. The guy said, that's okay, dude. You were just being a dummy. I walked back to my car, utterly defeated. The guy then gets in his car and starts up his engine. Thick clouds of putrid black smoke started pouring out of his tailpipe. I said, this is disgusting. I'm going to say something. My wife said, you know, you feel a lot better if you don't say anything. I thought about it. No, I don't think so. I'm saying something. I walk up to the guy and I say, I am so sorry to pester you, but you see, it's your car. I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but I say we got about 20 seconds before you gas everyone in the parking lot. He says, well, you're the polluter, not me. I said, I drive a Prius. Your car, it's an environmental disaster. He replied, this car was custom built to run on 50% gasoline, 50% biodegradable recycled fry oil. It gets 100 miles to the gallon. Twice out of your stupid Prius. Funny thing, I actually recognized the smell of fry oil in his exhaust. Years ago, I worked as a fry chef at a chain seafood restaurant. I hated that smell. What could I do? I apologized and walked back to my car, defeated. As the guy's pulling away, I noticed that the gas pump nozzle is still in his tank. I was going to say something, but then I thought, maybe I just let this one ride. The guy flicks his lit cigarette out the window and steps on the gas. He ripped the nozzle and the hose clean off the pump. The hose hanging off the side of the car actually started pulling fuel out of his tank. A narrow stream of gas and fry oil followed him down the street. Then, calamity! His cigarette ignited the fuel. Flames raced after him. He jumped to safety moments before his car burst into a fireball. I said to my wife, you were right. Not saying anything feels really good. Horrified, my wife said, you need to go say something to him. We drove up to the burning wreck. I rolled down my window and I caught his eye. It was one of those magic moments. When you have the presence of mind to be the bigger man and say the right thing, to really stick it to something. Still dazed, he said, what the heck just happened? I said, your cigarette may not have been hot enough to ignite gasoline, but it was more than hot enough for fry oil, which burns at a low 472 degrees. And that's called physics! Class of '88. Employee training, Red Lobster.